right, so most of you know I moved from Los Angeles to Miami, and because of the humidity, I've really had to embrace my wavy hair and learn how to style it. So I'm gonna share some of the tips and tricks that I've learned so far that have worked for me personally. Now I wanna make something clear. There's a huge difference between having curly hair and having wavy hair. Curly hair is very distinct. Yes, there can be different curl patterns and different texture, but curly hair is very distinct. Wavy hair, on the other hand, is neither here nor there. It really, it's just somewhere in the middle. And so you have to treat it slightly different than curly hair. So before I moved to Miami and had to really deal with the humidity there, I used to try to take all of my tips from people who have really curly hair. I tried to treat my hair, my wavy hair, very similarly. And yes, some of the ways that you care for curly hair apply to wavy hair. There are also some differences. One of the things that's the same is you need lots of hydration and lots of moisture for your hair. I mean, this rule applies to all hair types. The more hydrated and moisturized your hair is, the stronger it's gonna be, the shinier it's gonna be, just the nicer it's going to be, whether it's straight, curly, or wavy. So this obviously starts in the shower when you wash your hair. So when it comes specifically to shampoo and conditioner, the products for curly hair are always usually the same. Like you wanna go for the ones that are super hydrating, that are going to, just help you really maintain that bounce and moisture to your hair. But one of the things that I've noticed about people with curly hair versus someone like me with wavy hair is that they'll sometimes use really heavy curl creams in the shower, and sometimes they don't rinse them out. And I think that that's something that doesn't work for someone like me with wavy hair, because curly hair, when it's really curly, can handle the weight. And sometimes you actually want that weight of the curl creams. What I've found is if I use conditioners specifically that are a little bit too heavy, they can actually weigh my waves down. Something else I've noticed with my friends who have really curly hair is that they use certain brushes, usually like the wet hair brushes, to brush their hair out. And what I found, again, because wavy hair doesn't have this very distinct pattern, it's neither here nor there. So if you brush your hair, even when it's wet, it doesn't actually help the curl pattern or the wave pattern. It can actually start to flatten it out in certain areas. So what I've found is I like to get out of the shower after I've washed and conditioned it. I like to use a microfiber towel. Usually it's like a towel by either Aquis, or I really like the ones from Kitsch because they're really cute. I won't leave it in my hair too long because I don't want my hair to be super dry and then already frizzy. So I'll use that, I'll get out of the shower, I'll put on basically like my face products and then my body lotion, and then I'll take my hair out of the towel really quickly so that it's not too dry and the water hasn't soaked up too much in the towel. And from there, what I do is I take a wide tooth comb and I just pick at my hair just a little bit to get some of the knots out. There have been a few brands that have really stood out to me for my wavy hair that happen to be curly hair products. First is the curly hair products from Kristin. This goes for the shampoo and conditioner and also the styling products. I love the Bread Beauty Supply products, and I especially love the BB Curl products from Bumble and Bumble, especially when it comes to the styling cream. They do a really good job of offering a light version and a heavier version. So after I pick out some of the tangles from my hair, while it's still pretty damp, I'll use a hair cream. So again, I already mentioned some of the brands that I've been really enjoying. I'll take that hair cream, I'll put a lot more than I expected to use. I think I used to be too precious when it came to hairstyling products for my wavy hair. When you're blow drying your hair straight, in my opinion, less is more when it comes to the blow dry products, because you don't want to have some kind of an icky layer on your hair. But for my wavy hair, and I assume also for curly hair, I actually want more product because it's just gonna help lock in all of that hydration and moisture for my hair. So I like to start with the curl cream first because I kind of think of it like skincare. I like to lock in all of that hydration first. So I'll run that through my hair and obviously scrunch just a little bit. I don't want to touch my hair too much because the more I touch it, the frizzier it starts to get. And then after that, I'll take a real styling product like a gel or even a mousse, and I'll put that in my hair. Again, I'll use a good amount of it. I don't like to use a gel that's really crunchy, but more like a gel that's gonna have a little bit of hold but still feel really soft. From there, what I find to be very helpful with wavy hair, I'm sure this is helpful for curly hair too. I do hear people say like, oh, you should just let your hair dry naturally. And yes, I can definitely end up with pretty natural waves if I let it air dry. but my best waves come when I use a hairdryer with a diffuser. It has made a huge difference. And now I've definitely seen the difference. Like there have been days where I just let my hair air dry with that cream and gel combination, and then also used a diffuser. And I'll tell you, the diffuser helps you really define those waves because it's really setting it in place with the products in your hair. And also it gives more volume. I always find that when I let my hair just dry naturally, just air dry, I always find that it's poofier on the bottom and doesn't have enough volume on top. And sometimes it just doesn't dry throughout the day. So I'll end up with damp hair around the crown of my head and then dry hair at the bottom. So it almost looks like a mushroom. It's not very flattering and it doesn't look as good. So when I use a diffuser, that helps tremendously. It makes my hair look so much better. I have a Dyson hairdryer, so it's definitely a bougie hairdryer. I love this hairdryer. And the thing that I have found is if I make it too hot, then my hair doesn't look as good. So you have to find that right temperature for your hair as well. I try to put it like on a medium setting and at a medium heat, and that's usually the perfect temperature for my waves. And then after that, I try not to touch my hair. It's a little hard not to touch your hair, especially because when it's big and wild, it kind of gets all over the place. If you want to put your hair in a ponytail or something, that is a little bit harder. And when you have wavy hair, it can just mess up your waves. So when I'm wearing my hair wavy, I really try to avoid touching it. The good news is hair clips are really trendy. So I find that using a hair clip in my wavy hair doesn't disrupt my hair pattern, that wave pattern, as much as using a regular, like scrunchie or a hair tie. So I tend to use hair clips when I wear my hair wavy. But I'll tell you, I know a lot of people are like, oh, just wearing your hair naturally wavy is so much easier. But I actually think it requires so much more maintenance because I also find that I wash my hair so much more. Like I wash my hair like every other day because when it's wavy, it starts to just look a little bit dull. Even when I try to spruce up my waves, because it's not really curly hair, it doesn't have that same effect when you try to spruce it up. So that's what I figured out so far with my wavy hair. I'm only a few months in, right? Like as I continue doing this, I find I'm getting more confident, styling my own wavy hair and wearing it wavy and everything. Because I've gone so many years basically doing what you see right now. And this has become kind of like my look, my go-to look. So I'm getting way more comfortable with my wavy hair. I get so many more compliments with my wavy hair and I love it. But I'm still very open to all of the tips. And I'm talking about wavy hair. I really think there's a big difference between the way you treat wavy hair and curly hair. And that's something I didn't fully understand until now. So if you have any other tips to share, definitely share in the comments below. You can find me on Instagram. I'm at Susan Yara, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.